Hey, my name's Alex, I'm the guitarist and one of the producers in the band Deliah, and I'm here today to take you behind the scenes of our new single, Epilogue, Mirrored Skies. This latest trilogy is centred around a short film that we made called The Prelude to the Beginning, and the themes of the film and the themes of the trilogy are what makes you, you. So each track focuses on a different part. So the first track we released called Prelude, that focuses on your experiences and how they shape you. The next one, Coda, focuses on your engineering, you know, where you come from and how that can affect you. And then this one focuses on environment and the idea that what you are experiencing in life and the environment that you create around yourself is reflected back at you. So as much as like, yeah, your insecurities might be reflected back at you, but so are your dreams and so are the good things. And it's about just sort of harnessing that and how to navigate a world where if you're putting out this good energy, it will be reflected back at you. That thing that you're pining after, the thing in the sky, is already there with you. And it's not necessarily about obtaining that, it's about discovering that. Does that make sense? Production-wise, this was an interesting one. It was all written and mostly recorded and produced in this room, which is just our little flat in East London. But it also went off to Liverpool with our bassist T. So I'm going to take you through how the song changed and morphed and what it became. The song kind of came from two places. One was this groove, which I'll show you now, and the other was Michelle playing around with like a harp sound and coming up with a chorus melody, and we fused the two. But the groove is definitely the backbone of the track. Yeah, so like I said, the chorus started on a harp that Michelle was playing and with this vocal melody that she had. It sort of sounded a lot like this, although not quite. And then you add in the vocal part for that. So you can sort of see that we had a slight issue in that the two sections didn't quite gel, but the way that we sort of made that happen was introducing more sort of string parts that, rather than being floaty, were, you know, rhythmic staccato string parts. So all of a sudden you add this in. And that just gives it that rhythm, which then allows it to flow into the next part. This is pre-mix because we get another guy to mix it. It makes it all sound nice, so it's pretty bass heavy right now. I wanted to grid it up a little bit with some guitars, so I chucked in some of this. And it just, all it does is, it just accents the vocal melody. And it gives it a bit more rhythm in this next section. And then Shell had been listening to a lot of Christine and the Queens, and she wanted to introduce that 80s vibe. So T had a little play with it and added in some synths, and that really brought it out of its shell and helped to give it something more than just this rigid beat. So he introduced this little guy. Where is he? Just like a little Ghostbuster-y sort of thing, but then put it in the context of the verse, and it really works. Awesome, right, the final thing I want to show you is the intro. So we had it all locked down, we'd made everything communicate, but we just didn't know how to start it. We were starting with the chorus, all floaty, and then going into the verse, but it was just a bit long and a bit boring, and it was a bit like, oh, if I was listening to this myself, I probably would have turned it off by now. We took the alternate version that we have of this song. I'd rewritten it as like a dark, kind of brooding, almost horror-inflected thing for the short film. And I thought the way to tie it all in together is to introduce those themes from the film. So let me show you a little bit of that. It's a different vibe. What that ends up becoming is a kind of almost rocky thing where in the film something bad happens and he starts running because he's panicking, and the track evolves into yeah. So what that turned into was, you know, with a bit of jiggery pokery, was the intro to this track. A few filters, few more vocals added, a few of the little like atmospheric bits, which then helped to drive it into the main song. So that's a little sneak peek behind the creation of our new single, Epilogue, Mirrored Skies. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please head to our Instagram, we are Deliah, and stream the track on Spotify and Apple Music from today.